welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. This week we are talking about manners because they matter.
Boy, yeah.
I was like, where's this going already?
So my summer gig is I teach summer school to kids that are in custody.
It's called juvenile
Yeah.
detention center.
It is.
And he calls it youth in custody. I call it juvie.
Well, that's what it's called by them. So
it's juvie.
Anyway, these poor people have never, well, maybe not never, but have not learned how to behave in public, which is why they're in a place where they are. Now, I'm not suggesting that if you don't use manners, you're going to go to juvie or jail. But there is a discipline that is involved, and they don't have that.
Correct. Appropriate behavior is required to stay out of jail.
Yes.
And if you if you don't learn appropriate behavior, then you struggle more than the people who can behave themselves. And so this doesn't stem from his summer gig.
No.
It stems from, wow, I'm really tired of people being rude to me just because they want to be, and you gotta love me for who I am, and if you don't love me the way I am, then you don't love me at all, and that's just a lie and not true.
Yeah.
Love, if you love someone, you want them to be their best self.
Yeah.
You want the best for them, and it's not like you control their behavior, but you encourage the best from them. And that's what true love is helping you become your best and be your best and helping you want to be your best.
Yes.
For example, like when we're dating and when people date, they typically, I like who I am. Wow.
Excuse me.
That's a good one.
My bad.
Windows are open because we don't have air conditioning, and anyway. Allergy season for us. Anyway, so Trent, when we were dating, one of the things that people were like, well, why are you so thrilled? And I said, because I like what he brings out of me when we're together. I want to be my best self when I'm around him, and he inspires that. And that was one of the best things that I enjoyed about our early relationship, was who I was around him. And now I'm not putting the responsibility for my behavior on him.
No.
But his influence brought out the choices in me that helped me be my best self. And
the reason that I was the way that I was primarily because of my parents and the things that they taught us. Like, you do this. This is what you do at the dinner table. This is what you do in public. This is how you answer a phone. And all of those things were invaluable because they opened,
they opened doors.
They helped me to get a spouse.
Oh.
Right? Because if I hadn't been that person for Michelle, then I would have not been impressive enough to make her want to be with me.
I'm trying to make that into English for a second.
I speak English.
Yeah. Let me try to understand English. Okay, so you're saying that if you weren't polite, I wouldn't have liked you?
Maybe not enough.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
If you didn't... if you were rude to me...
Yeah.
I would
sarcastic
not have,
even.
Or put me down in way. Yeah. I probably wouldn't have wanted to be around you.
No. Why would you?
Exactly. I wouldn't have felt good about myself around you. So yes, you're probably right. If you had not had manners, I would not have wanted to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want your children to have friends
that bring out the best in them.
Help. You want manners. You want to help those you love most feel at ease, comfortable, loved, important around you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really what manners are for. The definition of what manners is basically has not changed over the centuries. It's a code of conduct, basically. It's rules that you abide by in your behavior. You know, it's like rules agreed on by general consensus that this is the appropriate thing to do in public or in relationships when you're not alone. And these are the rules, basically, of behavior. And some are written and some are just kind of like passed down, like,
Understood.
you know, this is, understood.
Just understood.
But if you don't understand them and you don't value why we have them, then you're not going to want to have manners and do what it takes to help people feel comfortable and welcome and loved and at ease around you, right?
Yeah.
And so I came across some funny ones from the 1800s. Oh, that was so funny. Apparently my face is not my face because my phone doesn't want to. Anyway, manners from the 1800s. It was really funny. Okay, one of them was wealthy Victorians believed that bathing once a day was important and that their hair should also be washed occasionally with soap and water. Okay.
True.
Men were expected to be polite and lift their hats when greeting women, especially if they were on horseback and the woman was on foot. Okay.
That seems like it would be rude.
Yes.
Har har, I'm on a horse. You're walking.
Oh, what's another one?
Good day,
a
my lady.
gentleman should not bow from a window to a lady. But if the man is on the street and the lady is in the window, then it is okay. But be careful, because that might incite gossip by those who see, and that is not what you want to engender. Oh my gosh, these are funny.
One last one.
Oh, to greet someone by saying, "Hello, old fellow," indicates ill breeding. If you are approached in this vulgar manner, it is better to give a civil reply and address the person respectfully, in which case he is quite likely to be ashamed of his own conduct.
Good day, old fellow.
If possible, do not violate the rules of the game and do not cheat. Should you observe anyone cheating, quietly and very politely call it to his attention and be careful that you do not get excited. People who experience ill feeling at the game should avoid playing. Oh gosh.
Oh, that reminded me one. Thingamajigs do and thingamajigs say, if I can't win, then I won't play.
Oh, it's a poem from your childhood.
It is.
Oh, this one's good. Marriage. Anyone with bright red hair and a florid complexion should marry someone with jet black hair. Very corpulent should marry the thin and spare. And the body, wiry, cold-blooded should marry the round-featured, warm-hearted, emotional type. Huh. Okay, this one we will finish with the 1800s. People with weak eyes... Nope, that's not it. Sorry, I skipped a line.
Guys.
Okay, husbands. Always leave home with a tender goodbye and loving words. They may be the last.
Ouch.
Okay. With that thought, yeah, you never
That is a good
know
rule of
when
thumb,
you're
though,
gonna.
right?
You never know what influence you're going to have on someone, and if it's going to be a one-time meeting or you're going to see each other again in the future. You never know.
You don't.
Nobody. You're not a future. Fortune teller, that's the word, fortune teller. You don't know, and so it's always best to leave with pleasantness between you. That's a good rule of thumb. But anyway, so we're not
Not
here
always
to,
possible,
right.
But it's a good rule of thumb.
Right, so we're not here to tell you, oh well, this is the fork you should use and all that. That's not what we're saying today. Today we're saying the basis of manners is so that you can help others feel comfortable, wanted, welcome, at ease in your presence.
Respected.
And that's the original intent of manners. And as time went on, they became a
hoity-toity thing.
Yes, a way to lift yourself above someone else and separate the classes or whatever, I guess you could say. And
I can't believe she did that.
Yes, and it became a torture device, basically.
Yes. A tool for separation.
Yes, and that's not what we're saying. We want people to come together, and the anxiety, the social anxiety that we all feel like of did I say or do the right thing? Am I going to say or do the right thing, or am I always going to be wrong? Because for me, it's I always say and do the wrong thing. No matter what. In my head, it's the right thing, and it comes out, and it's just wrong. And so I've struggled my whole life with thinking that this is going to be the right thing or a socially acceptable thing to do, and it comes out all wrong, and it goes off badly, and it's just like I'm left feeling, oh,
Yeah.
I tried, I and so yeah, that rule book that everybody was given, I just wasn't, and I wanted to be a princess when I was upper teen, because I wanted princess lessons like Mia Thermopolis, because she got to be told this is what you do in this situation, and this is how you sit, and this is what you say, and she was like told how to behave in every situation, and I'm like, I need that because I don't know. Well, yeah, so manners, right?
Yeah.
And so the basis is please and thank you, be polite, don't be rude, be other-minded.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb for me typically is if you are worried about yourself, then you will come off badly. That's typically for me. If I care too much about how I look or what I say or what I do, and how it reflects on me and how it will make me feel or look, then it's typically the wrong thing for me personally. But if I am like, oh, what will help them feel comfortable? What will help them feel good? What can I say that will help them feel better about themselves? Type thing. Then it usually goes better.
That's a hard thing too.
Yeah, because
No, yes.
Unless you know them really well.
There's a certain level of uncertainty, and so, you don't always know.
Yeah.
But you're making an effort to know.
Yes.
And that can go very well.
Yeah. Avoid criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid being negative and complaining or criticizing other people, especially to other people, like gossiping. Avoid gossip, avoid negativity. Typically the rule of avoid religion, politics, and money has led to never talk about religion, politics, and money. And that we're saying no. But in like a party situation, you wouldn't want to talk politics. At a political rally, you want to talk about politics. It's not rude to talk about politics at a political rally.
No.
Or at dinner or around the table.
But you still need to do it
thing.
in such a way that the people that you may not necessarily agree with are comfortable.
Yes.
Right? There needs to be
a non-attacking.
This is my view. This is and
that's an interesting thought.
There you go.
Instead of nope, you're wrong. It's like nobody likes to be told they're wrong.
No.
Another idea is you're supposed to talk to your children about money, right? And so, it's bad manners to talk about money. No, you need to teach your kids about money. You need to teach your kids about whatever it is that is important to you, and learning how to handle money. That's not etiquette, but you shouldn't talk about your salary to strangers. You don't talk about finances and how much money you have with your neighbors. That's just kind of rude. So anyway, the general rule is let's be friends. I don't know.
Right. Well,
let's be kind.
And the thing is, there's going to be situations where you might want to talk with your neighbor about money, but you handle it like, can I ask you a private question? Or it's not, stop it. Or can I ask you a personal question, right?
Or,
and
hey, can I ask you something that might... I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable, but can I ask you a question about finances?
And they don't have to answer, right?
Right.
If you see that somebody is doing something well, then for sure, you should ask. But you need to be sensitive that they might not want to share. And that's fine, too.
And say, hey, you don't have to share if you don't want to.
Right.
You know, just...
So that's the thing, is like, you're able to have these conversations that might not be something you typically do, but you're handling it in a way that gives them the power.
Yeah.
You're not expecting anything. You're just hoping.
Right. Yeah. You never want to put someone in a situation where they feel trapped.
Right.
So that also, matters.
And that's completely matters.
So I guess what we're saying is there's so many websites and so many resources about what's good manners and what's not. And, we're not going to get into too specific a thing. But there was a website, and we'll post it with this episode, that gave a basic overview of what manners are and gave a couple situations. And it was teen and child, geared toward teens and children, and teaching them manners and appropriate ways to handle difficult situations in public. And so we'll leave that link with you. But that basically they said manners aren't you not being you. Like, we're not saying you can't be yourself, because you're the best you, and people want authentic you, and manners don't change that. Manners just help you make the best choices in each situation. And and the website was saying that if you have manners, you have more options than those who do not have manners and etiquette and code of conduct that help them interact politely in society. So anyway, the assignment, homework, activity for this week is pick something and improve in that area in the way of etiquette and manners, whether it's saying
at the dinner table.
At the dinner table, or saying please and thank you, or modulating your tone of voice to be considerate and respectful and polite. Whatever it is, choose one way to help define your behavior in a way that helps other people feel comfortable in social situations and takes the guesswork out of, am I doing the right thing in public?
Yes.
So, anyway, thanks, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.